Instant noodles are one of the most deceptively dangerous foods for people with high blood pressure. They look harmless, just a quick, cheap, filling meal in a little cup or packet. But in reality, they are salt traps and preservative bombs that can put tremendous strain on the cardiovascular system. The most obvious problem is the seasoning packets, which are essentially powdered sodium in disguise. A single packet of instant noodles can contain anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium, and in some brands, even more. To put that into perspective, the American Heart Association recommends that people with hypertension consume no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium for the entire day. That means one serving of noodles can single-handedly blow through the safe daily limit and leave blood pressure surging dangerously for hours afterward. The science behind why instant noodles are so harmful to blood pressure is straightforward but frightening. Sodium forces the body to retain water, which increases the volume of blood in the arteries and directly raises blood pressure. With instant noodles, the sodium load doesn't just come from the seasoning packet. Often the noodles themselves are fried and pre-seasoned with salt before packaging, meaning that even if you try to use only half the packet, you're still taking in a hefty dose of sodium. This double hit overwhelms the kidneys, which are responsible for filtering excess salt. Over time, the kidneys become less efficient under this constant pressure, which further accelerates hypertension. It is not just a one-time spike. Regular consumption can push a person toward chronic, uncontrolled high blood pressure. Beyond sodium, instant noodles also contain unhealthy fats from the pre-frying process. Most are fried in cheap, refined oils, and although trans fats have been reduced in some countries, many still contain high amounts of saturated fat. These fats contribute to arterial stiffness and plaque buildup, compounding the negative effects of sodium by narrowing the blood vessels and increasing resistance to blood flow. Imagine a water pipe that is both clogged with buildup and forced to handle higher pressure than it was designed for. That's what repeated instant noodle consumption does to your arteries. Another hidden risk is the sheer emptiness of instant noodles nutritionally. They are made from refined wheat flour, stripped of fiber and nutrients, which means they digest rapidly and spike blood sugar levels. This sudden surge in blood glucose prompts insulin release, which can encourage fat storage and weight gain. Extra weight is itself a major risk factor for hypertension, creating yet another layer of danger. So, not only do instant noodles deliver an immediate sodium overload, they also foster long-term metabolic conditions like obesity and insulin resistance, which push blood pressure even higher over time. What makes instant noodles particularly insidious is their convenience. They are cheap, quick, and require little preparation, which makes them especially popular with students, busy workers, and people on a budget. This frequent reliance makes the danger cumulative. Eating them occasionally may not seem disastrous, but many people eat them multiple times per week or even daily. For someone with high blood pressure, this pattern creates constant sodium overload and leaves the cardiovascular system in a state of relentless stress. Over years, this habit translates into real damage, higher risk of heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, and even premature death. Some people try to make instant noodles healthier by discarding the seasoning packet, but this only partially solves the problem. The noodles themselves often still contain significant sodium, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. Adding vegetables or lean protein can improve nutrition, but does nothing to undo the sodium spike, which is the most direct threat to people with hypertension. It's like decorating a dangerous machine with flowers. It looks better, but it's still just as lethal underneath. The long-term outlook for those who rely heavily on instant noodles is bleak. Studies have shown that frequent noodle consumption is linked to metabolic syndrome, obesity, and higher rates of cardiovascular disease. For someone already struggling with high blood pressure, adding this food into the diet regularly is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It accelerates the condition's progression and increases the likelihood of catastrophic health events. Instant noodles are not just cheap comfort food. For hypertensive individuals, they are a direct, measurable threat to health. Every packet eaten is a direct assault on blood pressure control, kidney function, and arterial health. The true danger lies not only in the numbers on the label, but in the casual way people treat them as harmless. In reality, they are one of the most dangerous everyday foods for high blood pressure. Avoiding them completely is the safest choice, because even occasional indulgence carries risks and regular consumption can quietly carve a path toward cardiovascular disaster.